colonialist conspirators are doing to our country. At the bidding of their overseas neo-colonialist masters, they are dismantling the work of 50 years. They are telling you that Ghana is bankrupt. They are telling you that our country is in debt to the extent of some 240 million pounds. What fools they are. How ignorant for them to think that you believe these stupid lies. Open your eyes and look around you. See for yourself. See the splendid new Tamahawk. See the mighty water dam. See the fine roads which we have built under the leadership of the Convention People's Party and its government. See the schools, the colleges, and the universities. See the clinics, hospitals, health centers, and the facilities which we have created. See the factories which are already springing up. These are no debts. These are not debts. They are investments in our future as an independent nation. These are the physical guarantees of the bright new future which I have promised you and I have been working for. Together, we can put
setting the record straight. And the 24th of a year, February 1966, and your friends, the Overthrow Kwame Nkrumah. We are here to speak truth to power. So today is a friend is 24th February 2004. Somewhere a friend is saying 24th February 1966. Yeah, overthrow a year Kwame Nkrumah, a year the president of the Republic of Ghana. 58 good years. Ghana, a year the Paboni for Ebo Modia A2 Kwame Nkrumah, a free idea so. Mamima, a year and painful moina, let me acknowledge your presence. Maminchia, a year Roberta or Marie. Maminchia, a year noble, mediama, called the Maminchia, a year Vugu, Michia Memo Aquaba, and no Memo Aquaba. Na menchia yi nuanom so ewo eye YouTube eye Hazard ha ewa ha ana eye Kobe Kamara so ewa ha okay Kamara so as menchia busianfo amoya money free the coming and I see you busianwa just say something so that I acknowledge your presence. What you say ha ya ba twem komo t-shirt now. I put this t-shirt on because of the image Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. And then you didn't and come on. Many of them come be I won't tell that. What you say won't tell that because already know YouTube a year hazard. I make a year comment or say this caption is wrong. General Kutoka was not Rawlings' relative. Mark this. I don't know where you get your information from. Very annoying. It's because the Pakro Trust he's not. He has not really read wide research. To know about what really happened a year during 1966. 1966, a year 24 February, a year coup a year tia Kwame Nkrumah no. And I may know what we do home come up. A kwanya almost fast so only two Kwame Nkrumah free so. And I have told you, say, we fuck Ghana abakwasem from the NLC, National Liberation Council, what you are saying. Now, what about the UP tradition, all the way. Now they about to do NDC. Yeah. These are two people, two groups, and attack Kwame Nkrumah. These two groups are the same. What you say? They are intertwined. I hope so. You hear me well. I hope so. Loud and clear. Let me understand. Let me know if you hear me. If you can hear me loud and clear. Please let me know. Secretary, beautiful secretary, Nobu, any Roberta, what you say, Nana say hi folks on YouTube. Because I'm just far from here, the devices are minimal editary and common. Now, what happened? What happened in 1966, 24 February? What happened? What you say? We will talk about, the coup and what really happened. What you say? So, I've told you, The sound is loud and clear. Thank you, Nana. Money Free the Chameleon. The sound is good. Thank you all. Now, let's the game begin, where we speak truth to power. Here is about the fact and the truth. What you are saying. And if I'm to talk to about any person, I'm not here to denigrate. And indeed, hazard. Take your pen or your paper. Take your pen. Take your notebook. We are here to learn. We are here to learn. What I say, this piece of information is an information is for knowledge. What I say, so if you say you think otherwise, you can also WhatsApp me, challenge me, because I want to put the record straight. What really happened in 1966, the 24th of February. Now, in 1966, somewhere in Kwame Nkrumah Etukwan on the 21st of February, 1966. Kwame Nkrumah left Ghana en route to China to go through a friend in Vietnam to visit his friend Ho Chi Minh. And at that time, Ho Chi Minh was the leader of Vietnam. He was a friend of Kwame Nkrumah. And Ho Chi Minh was not somebody who was liked by the Americans. Ho Chi Minh was somebody in America from Penasset. And Nkrumah went there to speak to Ho Chi Minh, which I say on the peace, a friend is saying, assignment to bring peace, which I say in Vietnam. And something happened when he left the shores of Accra on 21st of February, 1966. Something happened. What happened? And you see me, we caption, we say, how President Kwame Nkrumah was overthrown by Rawlings' uncle and NPP'S NLC. When I say Rawlings' uncle, for the first time, maybe I won't take that. Abdul, my brother, Wadada. Maybe for the first time, won't take that. And I'm just here to give you free information. Rawlings' uncle was police paying during the time he overthrew Kwame Nkrumah. Won't take that. For the first time, I'm giving you the information. What you say, and that is the reason why I has actual what the YouTube said. Dr. Ren, this your caption is wrong. General Kutuka was never Rawlings' relative. The Pacono train meaning so your bar now, Bema. But I'm thinking so if you say a General Kutuka as an American, no, and yet General Kutuka was not a relative to Rawlings. The person that was a relative to Rawlings was the police officer at the time. Coup ni siye na medinidin ebeto ha na sebio so wakoya research about it. And the person's name is John Willie Kofi Harley. John Willie Kofi Harley. John Willie Kofi Harley was Jerry John Rawlings' uncle. As a matter of fact, John a uncle John Willie Kofi Harley. And information, go out there, research, let us move on. John Diago with Makwaba. Now, so that is why you see my t-shirt today, because 58 good years and the coup that ended Africans' destiny. Now, coup no somewhere around the 23rd, 1966. 23rd February 1966. Anna, Emrantibi, one more boom. Na any painful become one boom. That's how painful one come boom. What was their reason? What was their main reason? The main reason was because they were not happy with Kwame Nkrumah. And the NT and they were not happy with Kwame Nkrumah. And I'll tell you, the NT and were not happy with Kwame Nkrumah. Now, 21st, Kwame Nkrumah free Ghana and route to China, over Vietnam. In painful way, and the Beshia Kwame Nkrumah. I won't be John Quine airport. And painful no way away. Bakudin a year. Papaya Maboni Dean, a friend John Willie Kofi Harley. John Willie Kofi Harley was the vice chairman for the National Liberation Council. He was also the first Inspector General of Police. Or no, they were fast, and then Rawlings. And I will show you the reason why Rawlings, I've told you, Rawlings, no, factor, any UPN NLC factor. One were the people they were just intertwined. In 1994, where Kaya Rawlings banned CPP in Ghana, and I'm making deal commando. What do you say? The people that call themselves the lovers of Kwame Nkrumah, most of them are enemies of Kwame Nkrumah. Most of them don't love Kwame Nkrumah. Most of them are just haters of Kwame Nkrumah. But suddenly, the stone that the builder rejected always became the chief cornerstone. What do you say? And Nkrumah lives on. Whether you like him, you love him, he is still the liberator. What do you say? The Pan-Africanist, the man that fought for our independence. Now, without saying, let me move on to one more. Omuja Kwame Nkrumah Ekwan, Ada Otukwan, on the 21st of February 1966. Now, Hali was the chief police inspector and the IGP position at the time, na sa papaya meka na semi wono ana na wede woye opinion no hwe eja ye police insensam so nipa ba ko ono so ka ho deku enso e ka ho omuja Kwame Nkrumah ana owura bi efe ne Yakub ono so e ka ho wo mu chia Kwame Nkrumah wo mo ne nsiri nyina no na wo ma bo mu tirimu pose ye betu ade so. Now you see the initial plan about Kwame Nkrumah was not the coup on 24th. No. The initial plan was to assassinate Kwame Nkrumah at the airport. The initial plan was to assassinate Kwame Nkrumah. But somebody saved Kwame Nkrumah at that particular time and didn't take an assassination number. And here, I'll let you know. And man, serve you. Na eja odo Kwame Nkrumah na ye kwa enim no memwo mu ni pakra eja enam ne nkomo bi esi at the 21st February 1966 airport no enti asampemfo ya mebe wo mudin wo mantimi enku Kwame Nkrumah wo ja ne kwan e ma ne call eye baby na wo. Now sampofo we eja ne wo wieye no ede e no mo ye and said, Woman Dreamika echo a year, Kumasi, yes, ma, those days no, na and Tissa and the ya. You can just get telephone and call people, no. Those days no more course near, only few, a bind paying for to say the Inspector General of Police, no, they were the ones that had access to phone, to have conversation, to hear the other garrisons, the other barracks, what you are saying. So, painful way, a friend is saying, Kumasi Garrison. And in Kumasi Garrison, no only party at Nako Kumasi Garrison at the time. Say, Ombo Modian won't go Kumasi Garrison. And so, Uri, friend, Colonel Emmanuel Kwesi Kutuka. Now, he was the commander of the 2nd Infantry Brigade group. No, Kumasi. Number 2, Major Kwesi Amankwa Efrifa. Major Akwesi Amankwa Efrifa. Yobia MPP for Dono. MPP for Penasen. So we share interview and maybe one of the journalists, I've forgotten the name, only Rawlings interview and they were trying to push him to say the reason why Okun Major General Efrifa Emmanuel Major Akwesi Amankwa Efrifa. Now omu pushing Rawlings under Akufo-Addo government the first friend is saying 4 years, which he said Rawlings was talking about a panya fast kunkum painful be. And no can crash a year Major Akwesi Amankwa Efrifa no council mekuno. But will be and a bomb more than say young Amankwa Efrifa. Now I'll tell you the reason why MPP won't do Amankwa Efrifa. Amankwa Efrifa was somebody. Many of the things are MPP for to me a UP tradition. Etiminya akwenya etintimie was a Amankwa Efrifa's advice our the ma won ne hyehyeye ne neye ne nneoma wo kyerɛkyerɛ wo mu momfa kwan we so munye we say eno ene ma a friend is NPP for the door. Now Amankwa free father was very close to a Akufo-Addo's father. Very, very close to Akufo-Addo's father. And indeed, Amankwa free father, they were hurt personally. Now, Akufo-Addo's godmother, Sebio were trying to find the politics, because Akufo-Addo, when he was growing up, not on Kwame Nkrumah, he believed in the ideology of Kwame Nkrumah. That was Akufo-Addo. But I'm not the differences said, me Busiani na me Busiano, woman Kwame Nkrumah. Even though me Akufo-Addo no, me pet Kwame Nkrumah's ideology no, me Busia for him pet Kwame Nkrumah. So Akufo-Addo has to unlearn and relearn to suit himself to the purpose of the family. Now, Obia Wabua Akufo-Addo no was Amankwa a free for Major Amankwa a free first, the girlfriend at that time, Votarians for what 10 will be on the man and penna, or more 10 will be on the man and penna, and that was how I normally referred to my and she lives in a Teshinungwa estate, one what here, or baby out here. What I say, I love her because I've had a lot of conversation when I was, boys that we free side area or Teshinungwa estate, Coffee Street, those tick lane, those area baby not. I mean to me for purpose of security reasons. Now, this lady and a chair Akufo-Addo, how the new maybe a warrior go against woman ebusia. So Akufo-Addo had to unlearn, relearn. Now I feel you are taking the stance of the family. You're free or the holiday and you problem. You're fine on 20. Now you're bra a choir. Sa and Kofuwe, Kenal Imano Kwesi Kutoka. Any a year Major Akwesi Amankwa free fire. Any Rawlings ni wafa. A friend John Willie Kofi Ali. Then Inspector General of Police. Omutu Kwame Nkrumah Adiesu. Now, this was the motive. A free fire got information from Professor Buzia. Now, Professor Buzia, I almost say, Kwame Nkrumah, only Russia for bang, won Kitaso in Kitamudi, Sebio, what Chilibeno, and your professionals or your academicians will not be given a chance to help Ghana's democracy, to build Ghana. Now, tell you, now these things are some of when we are. They did it with the help of foreign newspapers. And I said, Kwame Nkrumah somewhere. We bring in the CIA. And in the CIA, already a friend of Paul Lee, who was a member of the CIA. And a friend is saying, classified document, it was CIA 2001, whatever to that. And you said, Saudi the CIA were part of the people that masterminded the overthrow of Kwame Nkrumah. Now, that's the MTR. Kwame Nkrumah, ye too na yes. Now, after Second World War, America wanted to propagate the agenda on the continent of Africa. Now, Nkrumah was seen as an enemy against that particular agenda by the Americans, the British, and their allies. Now, Nkrumah was somebody who was very smart, intellectually. Now, very smart. So he could sit with the Russians and not say anything bad about Americans to Russia. He could go to the communists, the Chinese people, at that time, to mingle with them and not say anything bad against your friend is saying, the Russians or Americans. The same way you could mingle with the Americans and not say anything bad untoward. That is why we got the non-alliance team and now Say, yeah, we don't belong to any of these. Don't make me a friend and say, your friend because, don't make me a friend because I should be an enemy to your enemy. Nkrumah was above that. At his age, the man was not old. I mean, he was in his early 40s. He was just very clever and smart. It was train free home. And Nkrumah no own problems when it came to developing Ghana. He could bring the Americans to help him build Akosombo. He could build the Temamoto way with the help of the Russians. What I said, he could think of going nuclear, with the help of some Israelis and some people, because now I didn't know. Now, Yanko, what happened on the 23rd of February 1966? Now, 23rd of February, you see, he said, the garrison in Kumasi were contacted by the then Chief Inspector of Police, John Willie Kofi Halley. Say, Nkrumah ako, entimunfa enkofoye de embomodia enfree Kumasi embra. Now, Ekwan Eden ready to what? Overthrow Kwame Nkrumah. Now, one more, only for 600 and a free garrison. Young men, very vibrant, energetic, and you know what Kamu and you do one. Now, Emra you do one. Guess what? Kotoka every garrison wa woba. Ekwem and Mumunu said, I said, be a cost one crime. As how they were not sure whether ye the 600 people nipa bedun kanya. Ye mission wa ye pese ye no. Ye betimi achieve ana ye ntimi achieve. So this is what Kotoka did. Kotoka ebo omodinia epe baby ene mrantie no. Ana onu ankasa etuka. Eno behia eye owura John Willie Kofi Halley. Oye Kotoka ye soja ni o, but na so no osro Halley. No one sure of Halley. Say, was it a trap or it is not a trap? And then Obeshia Halley, no. And woman, the progress of report, Lesmans, I see you. Woman, the progress of report in Kumasi, in Ashanti region, among the soldiers. Now, listen to this. I'm not woman, the intel, no, say, oh, Ashanti region, everything is all right. The soldiers are ready. The order they want is the announcement. It your cancer and also Halley. So if that is the case, where are the men? Where are the men? If they are ready, you came alone, where are the men? That was when Kotoka had to give signal for the garrison to come and help Ono, any Deku, any John Willie Kofi Halley, any Ono Amankwa Afrifa, any Ono Kotoka to overthrow Kwame Nkrumah. Now, listen to this. Major General Ankra, Busao said, then Ono Ebelu. Major General Ankra Ebelu because in 1965, Kwame Nkrumah catch Major General Ankra said, "Uncle Tenefi." Major General Ankra echo Second World War. And Major General Ankra no ye pay. Now Nkrumah thought to say, and then I want Tenefi and young fan young, the other police military officers a chance. So I say, what's where you've gone to Second World War, you've done your best, you've traveled to Congo. Major General Ankra, Womo, Enkwadani B, where a year Kojochi Kata. Now, Kojochi Kata, they were the boys are almost after the Second World War. Almost after enough no more beginning. It had to be sent to Congo to go and help. Yeah, Lumumba. You see, Africa for who was the baby founder Ghana for Africa no Nigeria for no papa. Well, the Nigerians also helped. But when we come to the continent of Africa, in terms of at the time, many of them were Ghanaian military officers. Congo, some had to go to South Africa, some had to go to Rhodesia, now Zimbabwe. Now, Yama General Nkrumah Kotnas in 1965. He was not happy, but Nkrumah, as a civilian, did not pick the intel. Said General Nkrumah, Major General, Major General Nkrumah was not happy. Indeed, the IGP, John Willie Kofi Halley, very smart. He was the only police officer he could mingle easily with our armed forces. And he was a smart man, a Voltarian. Don't joke with him. I mean, Chief leader, a man for leader, then I know the bro pa. Hey! This lady today, slangs be a work here with me so UK crew hand on. Wow. Welcome, leader. Now, so it was not difficult for IGP, Inspector General of Police, Kofi Willie, to bring on board Major General Nkrumah to help them overthrow Kwame Nkrumah. It was just easy for him. Because already on what if he was hurt. Said Kwame Nkrumah, Apamo so on Kotinefi. It was no time to do it. And then he came on board and then he joined. Now, SAR 65 no. And Nkrumah said, go on retirement. But not knowing Major General was not happy. Now, fast forward. Major General Nkrumah, very clever, intelligent, learned man when it comes to security, led the operation with Kotuka and Afrifa. Now, what Kotuka did was, Onya all the access into Accra area, and Okobo and Kofoya Mubo Mutim, Okobo Mama there. Now, Ansana Okobo San Kofona Mania. Now, a year Buzia 66 on UK and one more. Only the JB Danquest ne Ebusianfo ni bi. Already sending information to Ashanti region. Bafo akotomo. Say, Kwame Nkrumah akwaji 8 million pounds. At that time, what's the sense carry free rush in Muba? 8 million pounds. Now, obefa Ghana for soldier for kontokwa. And yakoma akobwa Russia for. Obefa Ghana for soldiers for Vietnam. So omunko kontokwa fam wa Uchi Minh. And no matter the capital, only the down to the capital of Vietnam. Enti Bafo akoto embo hu deru. Oh, the NPP follow when it comes to fake news. They almost ask you. They almost fake information. They know how to spread it quickly. They spread it like wildfire. They know how to spread it. And then be able to say, Kwame Nkrumah, and your flat staff house now what you know. What two amena? Hey, Charlie. So therefore, pa before my school. Almost say Kwame Nkrumah. Russia for sending confirm mo be boa wo because Russia for no road ni your man mo be boa boa bi a year 18 no Kwame Nkrumah into a free Flagstaff House and the Akopie Airport. And when Russia for the bar, when you do airport, no more farming any more for tunnel anymore, we see airport. Hey, more for a tunnel free airport, but we see Flagstaff House. Now, Kwame Nkrumah training for one of the CKC, and one way we are Ghana for Yesika. Now, when in the entire Rawlings Mofa, now are you very instrumental in the overthrow of Kwame Nkrumah? The police of Ghana has always been corrupt. The police of Ghana, they have always been corrupt. Sa papa no a friend John Willie Kofi Hali or Rawlings was dealing in illegal diamond. Yes. No almost smuggle diamond and gold. Into Kwame Nkrumah beti. I must who Willie. May you ready. We call Vietnam back. May you ready. And it was among his team, and somebody leaked the information to John Willie Kofi Ali. Now what happened is John Kofi Ali no. Wono yes saki will be no bedi na ade. No he said ni pa kroma Kwame Nkrumah pamo no. What John also had yes adwuma no. So there were a lot of digging on the police camps. Police barracks one na did because I'm trying to tell you what led to the overthrow of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Yen kan cherewo unsuan wo baby wontin wo baby. And yet now Kaunim said the Inspector General of Police was Rawlings' uncle. That was the reason why Rawlings never liked the CPP. Our bandy CPP in 1994. The records are there. You can study. Who were the people are? Who can say me catch us up? People know Dr. Kwame Nkrumah pa. Afina education. One more allergy about secret. Channel dark from airport. Russians. And remember, sir, Ghana's history, they were lovers of the British and Americans. And these people were the J.B. Danquers, the Professor Bouziers, the Oforiates, the likes of Kufus. They loved English and Americans. So they were more or less like puppets to them. They never liked the Russians, and mainly because some of them were living here. In 1966, in 1957, when Ghana gained independence, 6 months, that same year, Akufo-Addo left Akufo-Addo father. Omofa Akufo-Addo free Ghana and Ometina UK. The first time Akufo-Addo bought UK was 1957. 1966, Akufo-Addo had to return to Ghana. It was one time check. It's in the accent, borrowed fake accent, and it is a Philida Modie. Our son will be school. Nobi, our Casa Abrofo. Akufo-Addo was just a fake one. Wanna be trying to fit in as a white British fit in. Now, yen to us. Enti kutuka echo a year flax or some of where Mumudin. Some of where Mumudin one, Bakuye, Brigadier Hassan. Yeah, Amankwa Afrifa was a brigadier, and I've said it. Amankwa Afrifa was a brigadier. Fachen why? Amankwa Afrifa was a brigadier. Why? Why? He was the commander of the 2nd Infantry Brigade Group. sorry, the second brigadier, what you say, Tifachem, where I'm a quite free far to the Fachem, aim high, young twine and common show. It shows an MP before the year now. And I also a soldier. Anyway, young twine and common show. Enti nkofo abebo mu di sampemfo we wo na no ka Kwame Nkrumah. 1. General Bawa. General Bawa was the army chief of staff and deputy chief of defense staff. General Bawa. Now a friend is saying General Aferi. General Aferi was the commander of the Ghana army. Enti in his absence, what do you say? General Bawa, chief of staff and deputy chief of defense staff. It is a commander in Niwa, a commander, a general affair in Niwa, a general Bawa, and a share actually. And at that day, also, Nkrumah Aircon, when a general affair and a two quite. Now, Brigadier Hassan was the head of military intelligence. Colonel Zanerebu was also the commander of the presidential guard regiment. Owusu Sechere was the former CID in charge of special a friend is saying group or the office of the president. Now, Kotoka ebo modern call Brigadier Hassan. And on the coca say, I junior ayafeni. Catching a wunia Owusu Sechere say. Police, any armed forces in paying for. O ma jia to see you to Kwame Nkrumah. And you ma ABCD in warrior, editia wo man Ghana. Enti, because the men are ready, because they were okay, they were people are down here. Now if I say Unim will be go out in the army, you know the person, so you don't want to go and do the person harm. Now, Brigadier Hassan was somebody who was very, very loyal to Kwame Nkrumah. And for him, not only Kwame Nkrumah, but to the flag of Ghana. Brigadier Hassan. Now, on what Sunday by and Pagasa, he quickly gave information to Bawa. Now, Thierry. Bawa was somebody who was a die-hard person for Nkrumah. It was the flag of Ghana. Nothing more, nothing else. They would defend Ghana. Until on the day, Kotukamo, I'm quite free from almost strike here. Kotuka, Hassan here, when you're the team, Bawa, and your catcher say, whether life or death, or the night inquire, ever two. It's your no there. On the day of a year coup d'etat, Kotuka shot him. Day no coup ni see Kotuka and born it. Now the coup no happened. The dawn at the ever 24th, and a coup see 6 a.m. Anna Eja, or Henichia. 6 a.m. Anna Power. Getting to 4-5 a.m. Power your team. 6 a.m. Pepe. Now a year police, Inspector General of Police. A year Rawlings ne wofa John Willie Kofi Halimo no masman kofo amoma ko Ghana GBC to announce say Kwame Nkrumah has been overthrown. Now around 6 a.m. say Kwame Nkrumah has been overthrown. Say the news are about thing say Nkrumah has been overthrown. Quickly, where the then BBC. Ask yourself, say, about the sign of BBC, any information, no? Quickly, when even timer, what the information about it. Now, the police, the quarter guard for the president Nkrumah and for were still fighting the Kotokes and coup in exchange of fire. It's about the sign of BBC. Michel Henry David Empire, Commander Michel. Commander Mwankomobia Minubedio, a fa leader, a man for him. Why? It's archive. It's about the saying of BBC and tell more report yes to Kwame Nkrumah. Sometimes one must see to Kwame Nkrumah and to where possible. It's about the saying. It was the IGP. And yet John William Kofi Ali, Rawlings, their uncle, and they did information quickly. And send it. And the man BBC. Now, the reason why and conformity said Kwame Nkrumah ne bodyguards were willing to fight till they die. But the reason why they gave up was that I'm quite free for Ekwachi Fatia and the Kwame Nkrumah Mami at the presidential family house, our Flagstaff house. And Omuma warning say, Owusu Setremu, I'm my command, I'm a moment giant Topanoa. They will burn Kwame Nkrumah's mom and kill Fatia and the children. So at time now, Seku Nkrumah, any a year, a friend is saying, Ninuya paying or buy. Oh, Yaba Nkrumah, Yaba Samia. Now Kwame Nkrumah Mami was 80 years then. The way a free farmer bull. And it was nasty. And indeed, a year Colonel Zanerugumu, they had to surrender and give up the fight. Because time then they were calling in more people to come and support them. So if it was not because of say Kwame Nkrumah Mami and then the ma like this nodness, I know Kwame Nkrumah would have fought to take over. But they had to surrender. They had no other choice. What you see? So they surrounded. And then the announcement already were all over in the country. Say, I took Kwame Nkrumah. Now, think about the things I did to Kwame Nkrumah. And this is why Obiti said, soldier phone painful be later. When they found out, said some of them were misled. They said there were Russians in the Flagstaff house. Kwame Nkrumah to Amenefi Flagstaff house and they call airport. When they Russia for, any China for, any Din Kitamu, Kwame Nkrumah Beton or Mino, about the Russia and China for crew, just in some brave. Some of the soldiers regretted. So we were misled. Now, at that time, Kojo Chikata was in exile. And I'll tell you the reason why Kojo Chikata betrayed Rawlings. Rawlings was a friend to Kojo Chikata, family friends, whatever, cousins or whatever. They were all Votarians. But in 2016, he helped Akufo-Addo to win power. All because Kojo Chikata has always remained loyal to Kwame Nkrumah's ideology. And Kojo Chikata was very hurt when later he knew said Kwame Rawlings, I never be buried CPP before. But of course, Rawlings was more powerful at that time. After 81, 31st December, 82, 83, 84, Kojo couldn't fight Rawlings. So he had to work nicodemously to support Akufo-Addo in terms of protecting Akufo-Addo. That was the reason why Rawlings could never touch Akufo-Addo. Not because Akufo-Addo was powerful, no. It was because of Kojo Chikata. Any move, any step Rawlings did to wipe out Akufo-Addo, Kojo will inform Akufo-Addo. And it was because me powasem there that I wish I can terminate you. Now, the history of Ghana, this is where I want you watching me to understand this. UGCC, and was power grant, the finances, he was a rich man. And Obiati, the first political party. Now, power grant, UGCC, he relied on certain tribes. And I don't want to go into deep, because if I go into deep, it will be like me want to re-echo certain things. And you all know my love for Ghana, so I won't go into the tribe. What you are saying? Now, UGCC Muna Kwame Nkrumah, if ever joining here, when Akwaji invited him. Now, Kwame Nkrumah Betrayal who formed CPP, you know the story. You know the lady that helped Kwame Nkrumah, Rebecca, Dede, Ayite. Later, they be friend, Dede, Auntie Dede, Ashikinsha, not Oton, Fla, what you say, Esam. I little pan on this army. She was popular. She was a strong woman. She was a political activist. Very, very forceful. Very, very smart. Organized rallies for Kwame Nkrumah and ran was shaped reason. Kwame Nkrumah winning against Yanom. 1961, Ashikinsha, Rebecca, Nadede, Ayite was killed in Volta region. She was poisoned. After drinking her morning tea, she loved tea. She was poisoned. Kwame Nkrumah was going out with Kenoforiata, auntie, a very beautiful lady. The story, no, menya. And son Nkrumah, Ebabe Wari, Ekwakopet Fatia Nkrumah. Now, Fatia Nkrumah's marriage was a deliberate marriage. It was a marriage to say, he said, Africa must unite, even though Nkrumah loved Fatia. But the first love was a Ghana. I don't want to go into the story. It's long. Another day, we'll talk about it. Now, why am I bringing this history? Because they don't paint the history well to you. When you hear the overthrow of Kwame Nkrumah, the NDC always ran away from it, said they were not part. But if NDC was not part of the overthrow of Kwame Nkrumah, how come they banned Kwame Nkrumah's political party in 1994, which is the CPP? Food for thought. You don't know it. If you know it, be honest and truthful to the history of Ghana. Now, Nkrumah ideology was an ideology. Hola, Michelle. Was an ideology, Sebio. believed in the black man. Why was he overthrown? Why was the CIA not giving Ghana the credit score for them to enable us get loan? Why was the CIA bent on making sure they will bring artificial prices that will make sure the fall of cocoa prices, that will bring the fall of cocoa prices so that the people in Ashanti region, Bantama, one more your friend said Bantama, any one man other will be against Kwame Nkrumah. It was because after the Second World War, America was on the verge of collapsing in terms of funds. So they needed Africa to tap in to get the money from. So the only way was that Nkrumah was a target. Lumumba was a target. Let's destroy them, kill them, and take over the economy and steal their diamond and gold to back our country's currency. Now, this is the true story, the fact. Now, you see, how come Rawlings and Akufo-Addo were friends and they portray as if they were enemies? Have you thought of all these things? I am encouraging you to delve deeper into the issue of Ghana. I've watched all the platform today. I wanted to do my video in the morning. I had to take the family somewhere. When I came, I monitored all the platforms. Those people calling themselves Osajifo, those people calling themselves We Love Kwame Nkrumah. None of them are talking about the 24th February 1966. They are just using the name of this great man that you see here in this t-shirt. They are just using his name to collect money from Pan-Africanist people. They are just using the name of this great man. Some people come out and say, we are Osajifo people. It's very funny. It's very funny that the NDC says they believe in Kwame Nkrumah. It's funny. It's very funny. How yet the people that claim they believe in Kwame Nkrumah cannot project the ideology and the agenda of Kwame Nkrumah. It's funny. And the fact and the truth is that some of us, we have to go back, unlearn and relearn. And I hope many of the people who claim they are lovers of Kwame Nkrumah, and yet they are NDC people. Oh God. Fire burn them, fire burn them one after the other. NDC collapsed Kwame Nkrumah, political party, in 1994. But the NDC people will tell you they love Kwame Nkrumah. Nkrumah gave the opportunity to all these so-called people, including John Dramani Mahamad's father, including Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia's father. Taimuno, they killed the man. Jealousy and envy made them kill the man. When I see somebody who says he's an Nkrumahist and still he's an NDC, I say, you are just a hypocrite. You are just a parasite. You are not. You are not. Perhaps maybe you don't understand the political party which you belong. And that is why today I came here to tell you that open your mind and open your eyes and follow who know road. So how come? How come Rawlings banned CPP? It was because Rawlings was hurt. That what Nkrumah achieved, his uncle couldn't achieve it. Just like a Kufuor and Co. They are all bitter. Because what Nkrumah did, none of them could achieve it. Nkrumah was president for 5 years and something months. When people tell you he was president for 9 years, it's a lie. Just Google it and know the day Nkrumah was president. And the truth and the fact is what I speak to you today. All these things, some of them are undisclosed documents, you find them in. You see, Ghana, the people that lives in the people that are in the Parliament House that claim that they love you and they wish well for you. They are nothing but hypocrites and parasites. And that is the gospel truth. If you truly love Kwame Nkrumah, let us all help and go back to the CPP. Oh, Dr. Ren, CPP, they are saying we. That is what they make you believe. That is the reason why close to 1994, when some wise men came back to Ghana to help rebuild the CPP, Rawlings was afraid and he had to ban CPP. We can do it if only you believe in the ideology of Kwame Nkrumah. Oh, somebody said, oh, after all, Nkrumah's daughter, Samia, is not even supporting his own father's dream. I don't need Samia. I gave you the history. I told you, even though Nkrumah loved his children, what he stood was greater than his family. For the greater good, and if you believe in the ideology of Kwame Nkrumah, let us all support. Now you see the reason why I don't pay much attention to the NPP and the NDC. Because let me be honest with you, the value is the same. Just that we'll be a bon CB. But on the scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, maybe the NDC may be 3, NPP may be 2.9, or maybe NPP may be 3, NDC may be 2.9. They are just the same. They form their political party not on a good motive. Their political party was formed not on a good motive. You see, and I always say CPP collapsed their own party, please, I beg you. And I will go back and read your history. Rawlings banned CPP. I beg you, go back, read the history. I like it when you are reading history and it plays fact. CPP did not collapse 2016 and Rawlings collapsed CPP. CPP was not allowed to operate in Ghana. I beg you, let's read history. That's it, and that's a fact, and that is the truth. Why? Still why? So when I hear people come out and I'm NDC, I love CPP, you are the same people that collapsed the CPP. Just like the way NPP people, UP tradition, years ago also did the same thing to the people of CPP. You know the truth. What do I say? You really know that is the truth. What do I say? So just understand. And you have to understand this. So these are the things you and I have to understand. The gospel truth is that Nkrumah is bigger than any person. And Nkrumah was the one that stood for us to be identified as a nation. And he had to go through hell to make Ghana one country. It was the Northern Territory. We had the Ashantis doing their thing. We had the coastal line doing their thing. We had the Trans-Togoland doing their thing. And then Nkrumah said, I can bring these people together. He's a unifier. The Bafua Akoto Senko will tell you, during the time when Bafua Akoto was sick, he was on the verge of dying, it was Nkrumah that paid for his tickets to go to abroad, UK, to get treatment. And when Nkrumah brought Akoto back, he told him, Nana, this is why I want us to come together and build Ghana, not on tribal terms. Be honest to you, yourselves. After Kwame Nkrumah, tell me which political party has done greater than Nkrumah. Tell me. Nkrumah was working with people who were not educated, majority. But yet we could build. These are the things. These are the gospel truth. The fact of the matter is that if we're going to be real to Ghana, the NDC and the NPP are the same. That's the gospel truth. You take it, you leave it. And Ghana cannot develop on this particular back of these two ideologies, which is Mitchell, Citizen Mitchell. These two ideologies, we've seen it. Probity, accountability. That is the ideology of the NDC. Yet the man that arrested people that had 2 water closets, Rawlings, when he was about to die, had plenty houses with water closets. Where is the probity, accountability? The man that claimed that I was coming to fight corruption, yet when he was about to die, all of them. All of them. So don't let anybody lie you. It's best we all go back to the ideology, the CPP ideology, the Pan-Africanist ideology. And what is that ideology? The ideology says, I believe in you, the black man. You can do it. Let me give you a chance. Look at the people that came after. Collapse our school system. Brought private school system. Just to make money out of the school system. Later on, fly their children, Canada, UK, France, Germany, America. Did you get education? That was not the ideology of Kwame Nkrumah. That was why John Dramani Mahama could go to education in the northern region, because his father believed in the ideology of Kwame Nkrumah. Those that came after used Kwame Nkrumah's name. They don't believe in his ideology. Just like today's Latter-day Saint pastors who use the name of Jesus Christ to steal from people. That is exactly what the NPP and NDC are. They use the name of these, our forefathers who stood well for us, who believed in us. The Kwajiagres, the Mensa Sabes, the Jacob Wusinseis, the Ansabonis and Co. They just use the ideology to enrich themselves, but not to do something that will develop our nation. And Nkrumah, upon all the bad things that the people are saying about him, let's be honest, see the greater things that he did. But I know that the greatest honor for Kwame Nkrumah is for us to break his record, is to see Ghana develop better than what he did. For how many years? 58 years after he was overthrown. Tell me, which person has done greater than Nkrumah? Be honest. Tell me. The number of universities that he built, the number of factories and companies that he built, We were producing things. We were not a country that were exporting toothpick under Kwame Nkrumah. That's why I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, I've told you today, and today you've heard it clearly. But I'm not here to tell you that it cannot be done. It can be done. Because if we build a motorway and do the research, I like people who will research it. I keep saying that when we build our first motorway, ask the sons and daughters of the King Charles if they had motorway. They recorded that in what did they say? They say 1960 or 1957, British had their please. When you go to the archives, the first dates that they recorded their motorway, we had already built a motorway. I'm just saying to inspire you, the Ghanaian, that it can be done, because I know people are saying it cannot be done. I know people say it can't be done. It cannot be done because those people that are leading us today, majority of them are thieves who do not believe in the black man. And if you don't believe in me, you will not give me a chance to explore, to develop or bring out something. If I don't believe in you, I will not give you a chance. That is why the NPP and NDC, because they don't believe in us, they don't give us the chance to build. They don't give that boy that comes from the village a chance to create. They don't believe. But in Nkrumah's time, the people were creators. People were builders. We had our own things that we were building. That was in Nkrumah's time. That is why today I put on this t-shirt. I was looking for a shirt that I'll find Nkrumah's image, only Nkrumah's image. But this is the only one I have. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't let anybody lie you. And these people claim they mean so well for the country called Ghana. They will develop the country. What does it take to develop Ghana? It doesn't take much to develop the nation called Ghana. It doesn't take much. Because the youth are already angry for success. The youth are already angry to build. That is why you see the Ghanaian youth on the desert going to look for greener pastures, even though it is a desert, brown desert. Oh, we have Antarctic desert and things. That is why you see the Ghanaian boy who will be thinking of going to Nicaragua because he heard that there's a job out there. Don't let anybody lie you. Believe in Nkrumah's ideology. And what that ideology is that the black man is capable of managing his own affairs if given the chance. That is why during those era, the people that got the opportunity to live abroad, most of them were able to compete. Most of them were able to become inventors because they believe. But today, where is the belief? Ask Safu, Jenfi and Co. They will tell you. During those days, Nkrumah encouraged them. Because it was the black man's ideology. Ask these people that today they got the opportunity under Kwame Nkrumah's time, that when they went to university, they were drinking beer and no other club, the Esla Usus and Co. Ask Kufuado and Co. They were drinking free beer because the nation was good for them. But their forefathers had to paint Kwame Nkrumah black. The one that birthed the idea was kicked out. And the people that came could not continue because they don't have the brains. They don't know, they don't understand the idea, the vision So look at where every time they are going everywhere to look for solution. But the solution is right in Ghana. The solution does not lie in the hands of IMF. Our solution does not lie in the hands of the British. Our solution does not lie in the hands of the Americans, because the Americans also want to build their country, get this right. That is the fact. We were building bridges. See the Adome Bridge. We were building roads. We were building car ties, shipping it to France for Renault. I keep saying this. Before they brought in Michelin and we had our own bonsa ties. We were doing it right in Ghana. A Bosso glass factory right in Ghana. Glass in Ghana. We're about to go into nuclear energy. At that age, that time, we're thinking about nuclear energy. One more year, the Camphona or Mabono gave us hydropower. One more year, the Camphona is Mabono protected our rivers. They were exporting things to other countries. They were exporting tomato, onions to Niger. Today we go to Niger and buy onions. They were exporting tomato to Burkina Faso. Today we go to Burkina and buy tomatoes. That was the Ghana for you. Ghana was landing to the Nigerians. Ghana was the safe haven for the South Africans until 1992, 93, 94. Thank you so much. Read the Baba. South Africans had to come to Ghana, acquire a Ghanaian passport before they could travel. So the likes of Nelson Mandela, they will go by road, come to UK, get a Ghanaian passport before they can fly. Before his arrest, that was what they were doing. Ghana was the safe haven. The first sub-Saharan African country that gained independence. Many of our soldiers helped to fight the Second World War. Major General Ankres and co. I'm saying all these things for you to understand that if only we can believe, we can achieve. That is 2024 for us. If we can believe, we can achieve. The greatest medicine on earth is belief. If you believe, you will achieve. It's as simple as that. So, ladies and gentlemen, today I just came to share with you. It's a sad day, the day that, the destiny of Africa, came to an end. But I just had to come and, encourage you that those that came after the man, they've not been able to do any exploit to add to the gains. Thank you, Ghana. Thank you. God bless our homeland, Ghana. Make our nation great and strong. God willing, tomorrow I'll bring you the Sunday service, I'll bring you Sunday service. What you say? Thank you all. Thank you. We can agree to disagree. In some you can research what you say. The ones that you think you like, you take it. The ones you don't like, throw it away. Ora, I will say, I eat it saseku. Mami chia. And they, brigadier, a friend is saying, a free farmer, a free farmer. Where are they today? And the people that came and destroyed the nation, where are they today? The destroyers, they are still in NPP and NDC. Let me tell you something. This afternoon, there was a meeting between John Dramani Mahama and Alan Kudu Chairman team. They discussed about Ghana. The discussion was about Ghana. The discussion was about Ghana. What you say? Kwame Nkrumah to NPP. They went this afternoon, they met and they discussed about Ghana. John Dramani Mahama and Alan Kujuchaman. I don't know what they are planning, what they are saying, but I mean, it's normal because, I mean, Ubisa Osofucha Abusum Tobakacho said, Doctor, John Mahama calls me every now and then to check up on me because 2024 election, you know, we have to work and work hard. Yes, yeah. Also, where are Nkrumah's children? They themselves have betrayed their father. They were very vocal, but since NPP come to power, they have kept quiet. It's not about NPP come to power, they've kept quiet. It's nothing to do with NPP in power or they've kept quiet or they are vocal and those kind of things. You people should not be seeing it like that. The most important thing is that Nkrumah lives on. What you are saying. And those people, whether being vocal or not vocal, they've got their own reasons. And one of the reasons is that NDC during their time, you know, did not really help them. Majority of the people that you see that you are talking about, that they are not being vocal and to support NDC, you have to understand. You have to understand. That is, if you know the history, you understand why sometimes they are loud, sometimes they are not loud. Just understand the history. And that's the history I'm giving it to you today. Thank you so much. God bless our country. And I know Ghana Bay. That is the belief of freedom fighters, the belief of Ayohini, David, the commander, what I said. That is our belief. And Ghana Bay, believe it. GT, drum it home. Tell your families, tell your brothers, tell your sisters, tell your children. Tell them that the black man was not born of any inferior God. Tell them that one day we will also what? Find our feet. We've done it before. Tell them, let them understand it. Let them know. Let them know. You know, it may take one or two betrayals from our own brothers and sisters. It may take one or two betrayals, like the way NDC and NPP they keep betraying us. They keep betraying us. They are not giving respect to our forefathers who died during the slave trade. Tell them, let them know. We will overcome. In a betrayals room, ultimate Kobe, betrayals comes inside. What I said, that is NDC and NPP for you. We have betrayals. They will betray you. When you give it to them, they cannot work the thing. They cannot do it. Self-aggrandizement. That is those people. Betrayals. That is it is in error. But gradually, we will preach the message. Gradually, we will encourage people. Gradually, we will give hope to the people, for the people to understand that yes, the time has come for us to stand up. And it is because men that were leaders of old and the leaders of now did not teach us. That is why every day when I pray and thank Mark Zuckerberg. I pray and thank you too. These are the avenues for us to speak truth to our people. These are the avenues for us to also encourage our people, for us to understand that yes, it will be okay. We will build it only if we want to build it. And we want to build Ghana. And so Ghana will be built. We want to build it and Ghana will be built. Because you've seen it. You hear the message in Europe. You hear the message in America. You hear the messages. You saw in Canada. You saw things. We will build it. That is why people who have gained knowledge do not give up on the country. You can't give up on your mother like that. Mother Ghana is calling. You can't give up. Why are you giving up your mother? For another mother called England? For another mother called America? For another mother called France? You can't do that. What do I say? You cannot do that. You have to believe in it. Ghana, say it. Preach it. Pray about it. Don't always, throw dirt on your mom. Don't always tarnish your mom's image. I know some people when they sit with their friends, they always want to tarnish the image of their mother. Don't do that, because power, as they say, life and death lies in the power of the tongue. Use your tongue to speak positive. Use your tongue to speak positive about Ghana. Yes, Ghana may not be the best. I've seen some people doing video, Ghana, if you are America, if you are. So if you are America, if you are Ghana, if you are America, if you are Ghana, the ideology, change your mindset, change it. Think about your country and pray. Work hard that your country will be the best among the best. We did not come in this world to settle for less. You are not here on this earth settling for less. You don't want the less for your children. That is why you wake up and go to job. That is why you wake up to work hard for your family. You want to work hard for your husband. Husband is working hard for the wife. It's because you want to leave a legacy for your children. Why don't you leave a legacy for Ghana? Why are you always negative about Ghana? I know, I understand the journey it's not easy. It will be rough, it will be tough. We know, but we know we will get there. Definitely we will get there. How do we get there? We need to find our own solution to solve our own problems. This world, the people that are rich because they solve the problem. Mark Zuckerberg is rich because he solved the problem. These people that solve problems are rich. So we should take advantage and understand that if we solve our problem, we will be rich. We need to be rich. We have to be rich. We have gold. Why are we not adding value to the gold? Why are we always thinking that somebody has to come, take the gold from Obuasi and bring it to UK and make me a knight of British Empire? Call me Sir Sam Jonah. That foolishness must stop. It will always stop if you also preach the message. The message is not only for Ghana, it's not only for Dr. Ren and freedom fighters. You are a Ghanaian. You are a stakeholder. Preach the message. Preach it in your small groups, in your small places. Preach the message in your small circle. Preach the message. When people are saying that Ghana, tell them Ghana. When people are saying negative about Ghana, say Ghana. United States of America was like that. A time came, they were also living in the shackles of poverty. Go and read about the Rip Van Winkle. Go and read about the history, study the history. They were once upon a time like us, but they believed. They had a belief. UK was like that. That is why I cited that when Ghana had motorway, there was no motorway on this particular land that my feet stands on. Ghana, we will build our country. We will develop our country. Our numbers may be small, but our brains are big. And Ghana shall be developed. Assalamu alaikum. God bless you all.